You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails, garner great pet tips, and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Hey, raise your hand if you wish you were making more money, working less hours, and getting to take more cat naps with your feline friend. As I peer into the radio airway universe, it appears that nearly all of our 1 million listeners have quickly raised their hands. Good fortune may await you all. In your determination to gain more money by working overtime or taking on a second job, you may have overlooked a hidden financial treasure sitting right on your lap or stepping out of the litter box. That's right, I'm talking about your cat. Welcome to the golden age of cat videos. Folks who share their homes with the likes of Grumpy Cat, Maru, and others are reeling in the dough based on sharing photos, videos, and blog posts about their cats. Now you can too. Here to help you pursue financial wealth is the very talented photographer, Dustin Fenstermacher. He has teamed up with author Patricia Carlin to unleash a must-have, and I must say, hilarious new book called How to Make Your Cat an Internet Celebrity, a guide to financial freedom. Welcome to the show, Dustin.
Hello.
So what are the inside secrets to pimping out, turning your cat into a star? Dustin is here to share a few tips right after we pay for this show by taking a commercial break. So sit, groom, purr, whatever you want. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome. Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest is professional photographer and cat lover, Dustin Fenstermacher. Boy, that just rolls off the tongue, Dustin.
Oh my gosh.
Did I say it right?
You shouldn't have been around me. Yeah, you did. You shouldn't have been around me when I was in first grade and had no clue how to even spell my name when everyone else, could just rattle it off like...
The Smiths and the Moores really nailed you. You've got almost every letter of the alphabet.
I could afford to put some more consonants in there.
That's right. Well, Dustin and Patricia Carlin, they have this new book out. It's called How to Make Your Cat an Internet Celebrity, a Guide to Financial Freedom. It is published by Quirk Books. That's a great name for a publishing company. And to learn more after the show, I want you all to dash over to Quirk, that's Quirk, quirkbooks.com/Celebrity Cat, and you'll get more details on how to get your own copy. And the folks are going to give away a copy, too, to one of our lucky listeners. Hey, Dustin, we always have to have a little keyword or something that we're going to give it to maybe the 200th listener who emails us. So what would be a code word they need to do to get their paws on your book?
Just ask for meow money.
Meow money. Okay, guys. The 200th listener who emails Arden at Four Legged Life with the subject header, meow money, you're going to get your paws on a book that's probably going to make you be able to quit your job. So let's get started if we can, Dustin. I mean, your background, you're a professional photographer out of what, the Philly?
Yes, indeed I am.
All right. I've been talking Village Voice. I'm talking New York Times, Washington Post. How did you hook up to do a cat book?
A few years back, I stumbled across a cat show. I was working at a studio in the suburbs of Philadelphia, and I was driving back to where I was living, and there was this Lulu Shriner temple that would have bingo nights, it seemed like every week, and that's all their sign would ever say. One time I'm driving home, there was something that's like, "This Saturday, cat show," with a lot of exclamation points. And
you know what they were doing? They were probably saying, "Thank God it's not another bingo night."
Indeed. So I just ended up going, like, that just tickled my fancy feast, and I just had to go and check that thing out. So I went to that one, met a lot of amazing and super nice people, and a lot of cats I'd never even imagined there even like being in existence. I had so much fun photographing that one that I decided to continue to photograph more. So after doing that for a while, I guess I got some notoriety as not a cat photographer, but the cat photographer. All right, that's a bit pompous.
No, you know what? I always say real men love cats. So, dude, talk about, people think that dogs are babe magnets or whatever, or guy magnets. Cats, man, if you're a guy and you have a cat, you are golden.
Look at little Bub and her owner. Like,
yeah.
Like, women, like, I know women that are very into cats that are just like, that man is a dreamboat. I'm sure the one is going to listen to this and be like, I can't believe you said that.
That's right. I mean, if you even offered to clean your girlfriend's cat's litter box, I think you're in.
That is a high level of commitment right there. That's like the step right before marriage.
Okay. But in your own personal life, before we continue more about the book, I do want to give a shout out to, and you have quite an imagination when it comes to feline names. Tell us a little bit about Inky Dink and Abstract Cat.
Well, Inky Dink let's start with Abstract Cat. So I just had a stupid name in my head for if I would have like a boy cat or a girl cat, and I ended up being gifted Abstract Cat. Like my friend Cassidy was visiting friends down in Atlanta, Georgia, and sent me photos of this tiny little kitten that had been living on her friend's front porch, and she got just the perfect one of her and just made me howl, and it just melted my cold northeastern heart. So she drove that cat all the way up from Atlanta to Philadelphia, and the thing just was at first in the cat carrier, but then Cassidy let her out, and she would just sit and chill in the passenger side seat and just be totally content that way. And she's still even that way. If whenever I move and I have to transport the cats from one place to another, if I put her in a cat carrier, she's like, "What am I doing in here? Why am I not sitting in the car?" So I got her through my friend Cassidy, and then I had a roommate who had two cats, BB and Inky Dink. Mm-hmm. And Inky and Abby, which is short for Abstract Cat, the two of them just became best friends and would just sleep together and play all the time. And when that living situation concluded, my roommate Julia and I just thought that it would be criminal to separate the two of them. And lo and behold, I went into that house with one cat and left with two.
Well, what's Inky Dink like?
She's attention starved. You cannot give her enough in the way of pets. She will just run through there's an island in my kitchen area, and she would just jump up there and meow at you, and then kind of cock her head to the side a little bit and be like, ow, 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 and just keep on going until you start petting her. And then once you start petting her, you can't stop.
She's like the potato chips of the feline world, isn't she? There's something about it. But that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. She has trained you quite well.
She has. And she's just those two cats are just so friendly, and everybody tends to love them, or at least get loved on, because they'll just jump on top of you or whatever. Inky will run after you and kind of have this stupid little arch in her back, like she's part ferret or something. Yeah, they're both pretty awesome.
Now, are either one of them depicted in your book, How to Make Your Cat an Internet Celebrity?
Actually, both of them are.
Okay. I'm looking at the chillax time picture. Is that Inky Dink?
The one on the back smoking an imaginary cigarette?
Yeah.
That would be Inky.
Yay, I guessed it. Woo-hoo-hoo. I won a new car. I love it. It has a martini and belly up and a pose on a chair. This is a very confident, chillax cat.
Yeah, she's totally chill, and she's, so chill that she doesn't mind that you can see her waddle in full display.
We like to call that the feline muffin top. Thank you very much.
Amazing.
I know. I teach pet first aid, and I have a cat named Zeke that I'm hoping you'll, Inky Dink and maybe Abstract Cat will be friends with, because humbly she has a Facebook page, Zeki. Yeah, all right. Well, we got to exchange, because Zeki, the cool cat, is the only pet first aid cat in the country. A cat that survived. Some idiot knifed her and skinned her as a stray. But she lives for deli low-sodium turkey. She travels with me when I give presentations. She has more dogs than most dogs have friends. She has her puppy posse. And she is like, she's never met a stranger or a strange place. So what's the Abstract Cat and Inky Dink Facebook so they can be now buds?
I think it's just, if I just recall off the top of my head, it's Inky Dink and Gata Abstracta.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Inky Dink has her own page, and so does Abstract Cat. But Facebook has those filters where, at least if you put cat as a last name, they won't allow it.
I know, it's so silly. I'll check out Inky Dink, and from there I can go to Abstract. So will Inky Dink and Abstract go check out Zeki, the cool cat?
Bust out the laptop for them as soon as we're done.
I mean, I have a little video. I'm going to pimp out my cat, on the show, but I taught a pet first aid class in Dallas. She travels with me everywhere, and here she is on her cat bed, and I put a $20 bill on the cat bed, and then on the other side I put a piece of low-sodium deli turkey, and I videotaped it. It was less than 30 seconds per your recommendation. Keep it short. And I asked,
you do have to keep it short.
I said to the viewers, which one will she go for? Which one would she go for? She actually looked at the $20 bill, and then she grabbed the turkey. So we know what her currency is.
Yeah. I tried getting my two cats to get jobs, and all they just want to do is just sit around all day and just drink gravy out of the wet food containers and, not contribute to this household.
So, Dustin, I know you think your cats may not have something worthy other than being photographed in your wonderful book, but in your book that you and Patricia wrote, you got some categories. You got the total badass, you got the daredevil, my favorite, personally, complete moron cat, and I'm thinking of like a Rob Lowe type for the heartthrob cat, but you're giving people some really specific tips on how to bring out the best if they have certain cats. You want to elaborate on a couple examples?
Well, the easiest one, especially if you have a sort of obese, movemently, one that doesn't really truly like to exert any amount of, doesn't like to move at all. You got your lazy bum. In the book is actually my sister's walk cat.
Aww.
Who she typically just sits on top of an island and is in a box, and all she ever does is eat wet food or meow for wet food. And so if you have one that's, just super insanely lazy, that is definitely the type of cat you just gotta roll with, in terms of making your cat a celebrity.
Well, it sounds like you're trying to get some kind of a response out of them, and it's really challenging. So you gave some ideas in the book that you and Patricia put together. I'm scared about the Chucky doll. That got me. I would react.
Yeah, what you've got to do is just work around your cat, because they don't understand English. They're not rational in any way. So you've just got to use stuff around them to get them to react or, not react at all. The only reason why I have a chainsaw right now is just to harass.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what you tell all your neighbors, right? Oh, I'm using it for a photo shoot for my cats, and they believe you?
I'm just playing with my cat, guys. Don't mind me and the chainsaw.
Now, there's another cat that I really adore, and I hate to say this, but the complete moron cat, and you have this wonderful photo of a cat who's got his head stuck in a paper bag. So tell us a little bit about how do you showcase that kind of cat?
Well, that sort of cat, typically you can, if you have a bag, they are always, it's just something about a bag and their willingness to see if there's actually anything on the other end of it, even though 99% of the time it's totally empty. But if the cat's not interested in a bag, a good trick is to, throw some treats in there, throw some catnip in there, and they will inevitably stick their head in whatever tiny hole they encounter to try to get whatever it is that's in there.
Okay. Now, one of my favorites is the Rob Lowe of felines, the Heartthrob. And I'm telling you, there's some cats that are quite lookers. And that one seems like you could really ka-ching on that one, right?
Oh, yeah. He's like licking his lips. He like knows how much of a cat sex symbol he is, you know? Like, as you can like tell from the photo, he's just like, he knows what is his best angle, which leg of his to show off.
Oh my gosh.
Like, the best leg. He's kind of like how Angelina Jolie had that dress at the Oscars a few years ago with a slit and just had the one leg sticking out of it. And that became like a whole internet meme.
That's well put. Now, the other one, and I've seen cats do this, and I apologize to all the cats out there, but sometimes some of them get that crazy look, the clinically insane, and I love your depiction of this. Of course, it has to be like a calico or a tortie, because they kind of have a reputation for being a little wacky. And I've had one, folks, before named Callie, and they're like a box of chocolates. They're a little sweet on the outside and nuts on the inside. So tell us about the clinically insane cat.
Yeah, you're totally right about calicos. Like, they just see things that aren't there and believe they're kind of like the conspiracy theorists of cats. Like, I knew a ragdoll calico who was convinced that there were either like things in the walls or that there were just like secret doors to get out of the apartment and into the hallway through the walls. So she would just meow and just crawl up, just plain white walls. If you have calico, it's probably, I would get it checked out.
All right. Hey, folks, I'm speaking with Dustin Fenstermacher. He is the photographer who has teamed up with author Patricia Carlin to write a really fun book, How to Make Your Cat an Internet Celebrity, A Guide to Financial Freedom. It's published by Quirk Books. And just go to quirkbooks.com/celebritycat, and you can get some more details. And they are giving away a book to our 200th folks who emails Arden at 4-Legged Life with the code word meow money. So we're going to talk a little bit with Dustin Moore, and we'll pay for this show by taking a commercial break. So groom, purr, we'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. All Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Dana Humphrey, the founder of Whitegate PR. We have been specializing in PR and marketing in the pet industry for over 10 years. If you have a pet product or service you would like to promote, give us a call. We can help create awareness for your brand on TV, radio, magazines, newspapers, and blogs. Feel free to reach me directly at 619-414-9307 or learn more on our website at whitegatepr.com or follow us on Facebook.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everybody, this is Jackson Galaxy from Animal Planet's My Cat from Hell, and I'm here with Arden Moore on the wonderful Oh Behave show on Pet Life Radio. Don't miss it.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Dustin Fenstermacher is in the house. And we're talking about how to make your cat an internet celebrity. Why do you think this book is so needed these days? Let's get right back to the why. You pitched this book to a publisher and they took it. So what's going on with us, with our cats in the 21st century? What's happening to us?
Oh, I think, especially with the financial collapse that happened a few years ago and people losing their jobs, people needed to have some way to make money or at least have some supplemental income. And, cats are just popular on the internet. And if you have, at least one more brain cell than a cat, you'd realize that you could just manipulate your feline charges and get them to help out around the house just a hair.
Just a hair? Well, they leave hair, and now you want them to leave some money, right?
That's right. Spin that hair yarn into gold.
There you go. Now, you come up with some ideas about names, and, Callie the Calico is pretty basic. So just like some famous actors and actresses, you want them to either have their name become Spanish or French, or I love these like Ziggy Stardust and Lady Marmalade. Why is it so important to have a cool cat name?
It's all about branding your cat. You need to have a name that's memorable. Like Lil Bub. You think about Lil Bub, and it's just a name that, that just creeps into your brain and just will not let itself out.
And like, Grumpy Cat, that's a big one.
Grumpy Cat, the poor late Chairman Meow. It's a sort of stuff that makes you like a funny name, and it's something that's memorable and something that's easy to put on T-shirts and mugs and that sort of thing.
Yeah, you actually have the 10-armed octopus of media dominance. And part of it is getting on a talk show, having product endorsements. But you've got like Soupy the Noodle Cat, whose real name is Tinky, and Sarcastic Cat, whose real name is Clyde. I mean, I see what you mean. You got to have something that's cool on a T-shirt.
Yeah, and come on, like Soupy, that's not a name you're going to find with like a person or a dog. It's like, something I would put on a can of soup, like you could, like you're just, like encouraging that cat to be the spokesman for, like, say, Campbell's soup or something.
Now, what do you think, Dustin? Do you think you can make more money off of cats than dogs? What is it with the difference? Because there's a lot of dogs and things like that, but is there something, or are you guys going to be coming out with a dog version? What's your thoughts?
Well, I can tell you from personal experience that I've made way more money photographing cats than I have dogs. So
why do you think that is?
Cat people seem to be the silent majority. You see dog people everywhere because dogs need to go out, but isn't it a statistic that there are more cats, like there's a higher cat population in the United States than there are dogs?
But
that's
isn't
what
it?
I'm thinking, at least.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but it's not easy always photographing a cat. They don't sit and stay when you tell them like a DOG. So what are some of the challenges you have as a photographer when your subject is a feline?
You have to be able to improvise. You really good to have a handler of some sort that can distract them in some way by, say, having a shiny object or some sort of noisemaker that, make them go absolutely nuts. Yeah, you just have to be really quick on the draw and have a fast trigger finger for these things.
What about videotaping? What kind of tips? I mean, nobody wants to see War and Peace feline style. What's a good short amount of time that might get you more hits on the internet?
Well, it's good when you're doing a video, I would suggest recording a lot of footage because you're going to need to cut it down a lot just to get to the cream of the video. Like, I've been working on some cat videos, and let me tell you, they do not listen to reason. It's a lot easier to photograph a cat because you're able to get something in the middle of doing something stupid than getting it to do something stupid on video and then it realizing, oh, hey, I'm doing something stupid. I'm going to act all cool now and either leave or just,
start grooming, right? I think cats do not like to be made fun of. I mean, I know some dogs that will do the same silly thing just to get attention, but I've seen cats fall and then they instantly start grooming themselves like, well, I meant to slip off the counter. What are you talking about? Yeah, right?
Well, yes. If I harass one of my cats, they'll just go over to a cardboard cat scratch or I'll just start assaulting it like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you just did that to me. Or if you're inky, you just don't realize you're getting made fun of and you're just sitting there going, oh, hey, are you going to pet me soon?
Yeah, there you go. How do you deal with the red eye, and is there angles that help people when they're taking a photo you can share?
Well, you can actually, if you're using a flash that fires directly into a cat's eyes and makes a red eye, you could actually make that work for you by pretending your cat is some sort of mutated feline of some sort that has laser eyes.
Okay. But if you don't want Demon Kitty, what do you do?
Yeah. If you don't want a Demon Kitty, you might have to get a more expensive camera and have an external flash that fires away from the cat.
Okay.
And bounces off of, say, a ceiling or a wall and provides light that way. Or you just don't use a flash and just have a fast camera that's able to get the cats while they're doing their business.
Okay. Now, I noticed, speaking of business, there were no bathroom humor photos in your book. That was probably to respect the dignity?
Well, yeah, there's nothing that's published, but let me tell you, I have some blackmail material that...
Yeah, Inky Dink, watch out.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to put out there.
Okay, I was just wondering, you've been very, very good for these guys, but that's good to have that in your hip pocket. So the book is out. What's the next step? How are you guys getting the word out besides being on this great radio show, Oh Behave? How can we help you out, get the word out?
Doing interviews with blogs and other websites. I just did one for a newspaper earlier today. If you just want to help out, just post photos of your cat trying to do stuff that's in the book, trying to make your own cat famous, and put a link to it.
Hey.
The book itself. That'd be great.
And give the link again so people know that.
You could just always point them towards the QuirkBooks website for the cat book. It's QuirkBooks.com/celebritycats, which is exactly what your cat will be if you use the tips that are in the book.
That sounds great. Any parting advice to all our feline fans out there?
Don't put too much pressure on your cats, but they are just leaving a lot of money on the table, so they should really help you out.
I'm really happy that you could be on the show, Dustin. We're speaking with Dustin Fenstermacher. He is an amazing photographer. He does photos of both 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there, and his work has appeared in the New York Times. Time to brag a little bit, man. What are some of the big-time publications that your works have appeared?
Yeah, it's been in Washington Post magazine, Rolling Stone, shot for Esquire,
nice.
Village Voice, tons of publications.
Well, Cat Fancy's not too far away.
Not too far. That's my goal.
There you go. There's your goal. And the book is called How to Make Your Cat an Internet Celebrity, A Guide to Financial Freedom. Dustin is the photographer of the book, and he teamed up with author Patricia Carlin. I hope all of you get your paws on this book. And the person who emails me, number 200, Arden at 4-Legged Life, with the subject header, Meow Money, is going to get a copy of this book for free. So you have no excuse not to make any money then. Dustin, I'm really glad you could be on the show, and I want you to give some organic catnip to Inky Dink and Abstract Cat from my cat, Zeke.
Sounds like a plan to me.
And you can have some, too, because it makes great catnip tea for people. It's a good thing. You won't get high, I promise. And at this time, also, I want to thank my producer, Mark Winter. He makes this show happen each and every week. Pet Life Radio, folks, is the #1 pet radio network on the planet. You can listen to us a zillion different ways, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Just share it with your friends. We have about 1 million listeners on this show alone. And now with this connection to the internet celebrity world of cats, I think we're just going to open it up. What do you think, Dustin?
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
All right, so until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.